It had been a long, hot summer on the island of Sodor, and it had finally turned fall. A fair had come to the island of Sodor, and all the children were having wonderful times on the rides. One day, Daisy pulled up to Tinmouth Station to take some people to the fair.
I heard that the fair has a ghost train. What exactly is a ghost train?
It is a tunnel that little trains go through inside. There are skeletons, ghosts, and other horrifying stuff.
Little engines like Scarloey.
Hey, no, not little engines like Scarloey.
Oh, I'm glad I don't have to go down that thing. I would really be too scared.
Just then, Henry came up to the second platform of the passenger train. He heard what Daisy and her driver had been talking about.
I wouldn't be scared of things like that. Only little engines would be scared of ghosts and skeletons.
Hehehe. I wouldn't be sure about that, my dear. Besides, weren't you scared of an elephant in your tunnel?
No, that's not even supposed to happen until Roblox Railway continues.
Oh, you've got a point there, Henry. Still, weren't you scared of the rain and hid in the tunnel?
Ugh, why does no one let me forget about that time?
Goodbye, Henry dear. I got people to take to the fair.
And Daisy rolled away. One day, Henry pulled into Mattel Station. He was pulling a line of rail cars. Toby and Flora were already there.
You know, Toby, I'm interested by that ghost train thing at the fair. It feels like Halloween.
Yes, indeed, Flora. It's even October. So I think it is nice for something like that to be there. You better be careful, Henry. You don't want the ghost to haunt you.
There's no such thing as ghosts. Even if there was, only little small engines would be scared.
But deep inside Henry, he was still hoping not to see one. Later that evening, Henry was in the sheds with the other engines. He was just about to doze off when suddenly his driver came up.
Come on, Henry, we've got a job to do. Part of the tunnel roof has collapsed. Sir Topham Hatt wants us to take some workmen to clear away the rubble.
Bother, I was looking forward to a rest. Can't someone else do it?
Stop complaining, Henry. You're the one doing the job. Get over it.
Okay, sorry, I'll do the stupid job. Actually, it might be something for me to forget about this ghost train nonsense.
Be careful, Henry.
Yeah, you don't want to run into the ghost train, ha ha ha.
Rubbish. There's no such thing.
Henry did not have a nice journey to the tunnel. The troublesome trucks teased him along the way.
Henry's scared of the ghost train. Woo-hoo!
But Henry just ignored them. Soon, they arrived at the blocked tunnel, and Henry puffed cautiously inside. Everything was going nicely and pretty quickly. The workmen cleared away as much rubble as they could, which made Henry so glad. Soon, Henry started to move slowly back out of the tunnel with the trucks. But then there was trouble.
What in the fat controller's name was that?
I'll go look.
His driver hopped down.
God dang it. your tender is derailed. Some rubble must have fallen behind us. We can't go forwards nor backwards. We will have to see if Sir Topham Hatt can sort something out.
Oh my god, really?
The guard went to go get help, but when he came back, it was no good news at all.
I'm afraid help won't be here till morning, old boy. You'll have to sleep here with troublesome trucks for the night.
Great. That's all I need.
When the guard, driver, and firemen and workmen went back home, Henry was left alone with the troublesome trucks, who, by now, have fallen asleep. And soon, Henry began to doze off too. Suddenly, Henry woke with a start. He felt himself moving, and his tender was back on the ground. But the three troublesome trucks and the guard's van had disappeared. Henry then realized that he had no driver or fireman.
What is this? Some sort of joke?
No reply came, but rather a chilling noise. Suddenly there was a strange voice. Then a ghostly figure flew towards Henry. Henry was horrified. His wheels ice cold and shaky. On and on Henry went through the ghostly fog. Soon, in the distance, he could see a station, which made Henry feel a bit better, until he saw what was on the platform. On there was a skeleton staff, and what appeared to be a very thin controller. There was even a vampire waiting to catch the next train.
Get me out of here!
And he puffed on, panicking. The tunnel seemed to go on for miles until it eventually rounded a curve. Soon, Henry came to a sudden stop. A whistle could be heard in the distance.
Sounds like Gordon. Oh, thank goodness.
But Henry had forgotten that he was standing on the same track. Just then, a ghostly-looking Gordon came around the bend and charged toward Henry with a scream and a roar. Henry could bear no more. He blew his whistle long and loud.
No more? No more!
Just then, Henry felt himself moving out of the tunnel.
Wake up, Henry. Your tender's back on the rails. We can go home now.
Henry was delighted to be out of the tunnel. And was pleased to see the morning sky. He eventually went quickly back home. All of the other engines were still there.
Where have you been? You've been gone longer than we expected.
Did you see any ghosts?
Henry tried to sound as brave as he could.
I said I didn't believe in ghosts. Therefore, I didn't see anything.
But we all know what Henry saw in his dream, don't we?
Hey Henry, I'm sorry that me and Percy teased you.
So am I. Sorry, Henry.
No, you too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I talked about little engines like you being scared of ghosts and skeletons. I hope you both can forgive me.
But Henry, we already did that.
Thanks, you too. You are so kind. Let's do something fun at the sheds while it's Halloween. Like telling some scary stories.
Did somebody say scary stories?